Nag-drive ako ng Grab. Uber pa nun. Because I didn't know what I was gonna do. And I just didn't like the feeling of not doing anything. Eh, nauso yung Uber nun eh. Yung car ko nung time na yun, which was the Mirage. And the funny thing is, dun pa lang na-realize ko, hindi ako natulog. There were times na aalis ako ng 5 a.m., magsa-start ako mag-Uber hanggang 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Ay, no, not even. Mga 11 p.m. Kakain lang ako somewhere. Talagang in-experience ko yun. Na-realize ko, syempre, mas maraming trip, mas maraming pera. May mga bonus na, di ba? Pag nakalima ka today, gano'n. But I realized how I wanted to put myself in a spot na parang ulitan. Pastar ako eh. I was entitled. Gusto ko ginagamit ako. Gusto ko ito yung certain role na bibigay sa akin. Gusto ko pwede akong tumirag. So, I had to find a way to humble myself.
Hard choices, easy life. Easy choices, hard life.
Sometimes you have to look for the struggle. Because without struggle, hindi ka rin gagaling.
But I wanna ask, like, why are you doing what you're doing?
That's a good question, no?
Hey guys, welcome back to Small Talk, small conversations with huge impact. My name is Alec Cuenca and I am your host and happy 2024. I know you guys have been waiting for an upload and here we are. And syempre, hindi ako papayag na ang unang episode ay medyo simple-simple lang. Grabehan na agad natin to. And here I am with one of, the most viewed or the most watched podcast episode on my show.
Lokohan.
And of course, the number one podcaster dito sa Pilipinas. Let's all welcome Tito Mikee.
Number one podcaster today. Yun, nagbabago-bago yan. Hindi, pero again, first podcast na pinuntahan ko was this a year ago. Siguro Feb yun or March.
Feb.
No? So talaga yun, most watched?
Yes.
That's crazy, man. So nagpapasalamat ako sa buong community ni Alec. Of course, ni Annie din. Abangan nyo din yung podcast ko doon.
Yeah.
Yun, very happy to be back, pare. Sobrang natutuwa ako sa inyong dalawa, man. From afar, again, I support both of them. Nakikita yung mga ginagawa nila. Minessage ko si Alec na baka pwedeng sumama ako sa mga ganap niya.
Yes, sir.
I'm just excited.
So
to
medyo mas maraming kayong makikita mga mukha ni Tito. Sa mga susunod na post ko rin, abangan niyo yan. But again, thank you so much for being here.
Brother.
And the last time that we talk, I know na
Minamanifest ko pa lang yung buhay ko ngayon nun.
Maraming declaration na nangyari.
Tama.
Nung tayo. But nawala yung mic mo. So let's
Okay,
check.
sorry. Go.
Okay.
Yan.
Okay lang. But nung nagsisimula nung last year, marami kang dinideclare. And now, grabe ang talagang
Crazy, no? Pag binalikan, no?
Oo.
I wanna listen to it nga again kung ano mga pinagsasabi ko nun, na.
Tapos at that time, parang inisip natin na, wow, grabe na ang laki na ng...
Yun yung nag-viral na normalize yabang eh. Hanggang ngayon, by the way, may mga nagko-comment na, syempre, some are hating, some are also, going back to that clip na normalize yabang, yung mga pinag-uusapan natin.
And
crazy.
Grabe lang din yung recording yun ni Yanni. Ang dami nyo na pag-usapan about
3 hours yun, 3 hours.
3 hours talaga. So very exciting, check that out. But I wanna deep dive on a little bit of maybe things na hindi mo masyadong napag-uusapan. Or I just wanna get to kind of unravel the source, the surface from the last time that we talked about. So I guess one thing that I want to ask you is you've been grinding your shit out. You've been grinding your
23,
ass
yeah.
out. 2023. But I want to ask, like, why are you doing what you're doing?
That's a good question, no? Kasi, yeah, obviously it's about the money.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also about the wanting to stick to a certain standard that I also put myself on, or this mindset that I've had the past year. Parang gusto mo lang laging I just feel like I always say this na parang if we only have one life, we only have one from what we know. And parang para sa akin, if I'm not grinding and trying to be the best in what I do or the best that I can possibly be in this life that we have right here, or this process that we have, parang walang meaning. What's the meaning? Even with relationships, even with career, family, ano pa bang mga pwede nating basta in anything that I'm doing right now, I want to be the best. I want to be the best boyfriend that I can possibly be. I want to be the best son, the best brother, friend. So parang you just keep going and going, be the best in what I do. So parang yun yung motivation. The money comes with it.
Yeah.
It's just fun,
sure.
of course, which is also extra motivation. Pero yun nga, like with podcasts, like yun nga, just because nag-number 1 ako for some apparent reason, which hindi ko pa rin alam kung bakit, ano yung criteria ng podcasting. Pero like, alam mo yun, yung parang naturally competitive ka lang. And I think I've reached the point that I don't compete with anyone anymore. Not because I feel like I'm better than anyone or I'm in a different league.
Yeah.
It's because sarili ko na ngayon yung iniisip ko. So what I do today, hopefully I can beat tomorrow, hopefully I can beat the next day.
Yeah.
And when in terms of maintaining that, parang ayaw mo nang bumaba dun sa nakasanayan mo na or na experience mo na. So I think that's it. Kahit tuloy-tuloy.
Nabanggit mo na parang now you're in that I'm competing with myself. Like beating yesterday, be the better version of yesterday. When was that first time for you na naalala mo na parang eto na yung mindset ko? Kasi, I mean, you're very competitive coming from a basketball background. But when was that moment na it's me against me?
It started when with whatever I do. The reason I also retired from basketball was because I felt like I couldn't be the best at that, or at least be the best version of myself at that point. Because ang dami ko ng injury. I felt like a lot of guys have surpassed me already. Even guys that there were once beneath me, gumaling na lahat. Napag-iwanan na ako. I felt like it was an industry that I couldn't succeed anymore with my standard. Kasi meron akong people call it mayabang. Well, sa atin naman na using normalize yabang. Pero yabang yun yung gusto mo, you at least have a chance of being the best.
Yeah.
You recognized as one of the best at the very least. And in that industry before, as a basketball player, I felt like hindi na to. Hindi na kaya. Especially, alam mo naman ng basketball, nasa age din yan, di ba? Hindi naman may peak at some point. And when I reached 29, medyo peak na to basketball years-wise, di ba? Unlike in other industries, may peak na 40, pero in basketball, medyo athletically, kailangan, medyo ka na. So when I felt like it wasn't it anymore, shift ako kagad na parang, okay, nag-pandemic, sakto. So, ano yung next na pwedeng ako yung maging So, nung
paano
nag-start
yung shift na yun nangyari? Parang, is it something na parang shift na agad? Or was it like a grueling
No, it was
process?
grueling, man. Dami kong dinaanan. You know, the funny, ano nung nakwento ko na to sa lahat, sa'yo, trainer, commentator, alam mo ba nag-grab ako? Nakwento ko ba sa'yo yun?
Hindi.
Nag-drive ako ng Grab.
Talaga?
Nag-drive ako ng Grab. Like, literal, Grab. Uber pa nun. Uber. Because I didn't know what I was gonna do. And I just didn't like the feeling of not doing anything. Nauso yung Uber nun eh. Nauso even, like, people were like, Uber. So, yung car ko nung time na yun, which was the Mirage, in-Uber ko yun. And the funny thing is, dun pa lang na-realize ko, hindi ako natulog. There were times na aalis ako ng 6, 5 a.m., magsa-start ako mag-Uber hanggang 7 p.m., 8 p.m., not even, mga 11 p.m., kakain lang ako somewhere. Talagang in-experience ko yun. And it wasn't because, na-realize ko, syempre, mas maraming trip, mas maraming pera. Tapos may mga pa nun, bonus. May mga bonus na, di ba? Pag nakalima ka today, gano'n. So, may mga objective. But I realized how I wanted to put myself in a spot na parang ulitan. Because as a basketball player, pastar ako eh. I really wanted to be the star player.
Okay.
So I was entitled as a basketball player. Gusto ko ginagamit ako, gusto ko ito yung certain role na bibigay sa akin, gusto ko pwede akong tumira, gano'n, di ba? So I had to find a way to humble myself.
Yeah. What was that hard? Like, what was that conversation na sinabi mo sa sarili mo na nag-humble talaga sa'yo?
Because I was entering a different world already. I was leaving basketball eh. In basketball, maybe kahit papano may credibility ka, may certain level kang naabot na may respeto sa'yo yung tao, certain level. I didn't reach the top, pero there was a certain level na na-reach ko. Nag-college ako, nag-UAP ako and all that. But I wanted to, when I was gonna leave basketball, I needed to ground myself. And I wanted to get or look for a blue collar. Is it a blue collar?
Yeah.
Blue collar yan, di ba? Tama, di ba? Blue collar job?
You get your hands dirty.
So, Uber ako nun.
Okay.
And minsan, may mga basketball fans na sumasakay.
Di namumukhaan ka.
Namumukhaan ako.
Okay.
So, it was a humbling experience na talagang... But it was humbling experience. It was a humbling experience. It was something that grounded me. Pero I was still competitive. Feeling ko nag-GTA ako. Di ba? Yung taxi. Yung sasakay ka. Yung pabilisan lang. Tapos, tatalunin mo yung time mo, yung ganon. So even when I was driving an Uber or a Grab, I had that mentality. I want to be the best Grab driver. Affected ako dun sa stars. Pag nag 4 stars ako, ba't ako 4 stars? Anong ginawa ko dun sa anong ginawa ko dun? Okay naman yung kwentuhan namin. Late ba ako? Chinecheck ko yung critics. Usually yung critics na or yung comments na nag-cellphone na nga ba, nagda-drive. Kasi nga, I was very addicted to social media during that time pa. So, meron akong mga ganung moments. Tapos, pinag-audition ako sa Mix. Pinag-audition ako sa Mix. Mag-audition ko sa Mix. In my head, ba't ako magmi-mix? Like, iba yan eh. Mix BJ? Di ba na time na yun? Kasi yun. So,
yun yung cool nun.
yun yung cool nun. And inano na nila ako nun. I was actually already gonna sign.
Okay.
With Mix as a VJ. But then I still had basketball dreams eh. So I didn't want to completely leave the space pa of basketball kasi magpapadraft pa lang ako nun eh. So dun pa lang medyo nakikita ko na if it's commission-based or you make money or you make the money, the work that you put in, the amount of work that you put in, yun din yung pera makukuha mo. You get out what you put in.
Yeah.
Dun ko na na-realize na para dun ako sa buhay na yun. I cannot be hindi ako mamamotivate kung hindi ganun.
Yeah.
So dun pa lang medyo na ako. I just couldn't find my field or my industry yet. I just couldn't
Pero
find
alam
it
mo na parang
na ganun yung utak ko.
Okay. May misalignment sa parang kung ano yung akala mo na dapat na parang kung saan yung gusto
kasi
mo talaga
ako
mangyari.
nag-apply ako sa URC sa Libis, yung kay Robinsons.
Okay.
Nag-sales ako URC.
Talaga?
URC, yeah. URC ba? Okay, kay Robina. Yeah, URC, di ba? Yung mga biscuit. Ayun, nag-apply ako doon. So when I applied, sales. Kasi regular job eh. Kasi yun yung nakalakihan natin, di ba? After I was gonna play basketball, pag hindi na ako magiging basketball player, magiging corporate. Usual. Office, di ba? So nag-apply ako doon. Di nila ako kinuha kasi I was over-qualified daw. And I was like, hindi nyo ako kinukuha dahil overqualified ako. Ako lang nga nag-a-apply eh. So hindi nila ako kinuha. Which by the way, thank you very much na hindi nyo ako kinuha. Kasi, again, naghanap ako. Tapos nag-apply ako ng FA. Because my ate is an FA eh.
Okay.
Nag-apply ako FA. Tapos hindi ako kinuha kasi may tattoo ako.
Wow.
So muntik din ako mag-FA. So ito yung mga industries na sinubukan kong pasukan. May tanong si Yani. Ano yun? Flight attendant. Flight attendant. PAL. Nag-apply ako.
Okay.
Kasi pumunta ako sa PAL and then yung ano ba tawag doon? Audition? Hindi audition eh. Yung class. Tapos magsasalita ka sa harap, sisiw. Kasi nagko-cover ako ng basketball sa TV, nagko-host ako, so sisiw. Pinapunta nila ako sa harap doon. My name is Mikee Reyes, this is what I do, blah, 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 blah. Parang inangkin ko yung buong kwarto, tapos pinabasa nila sa akin yung, anong pinabasa nila sa akin? Yung this is flight, ganyan. Kaya kasi binabasa ko. Okay. So, game na, tuwan-tuwa sila sa akin.
Sigit ko lang, bago mo ituloy yan. Natawa ako, kasi ako rin, nag-apply ako Starbucks.
Oh, di ba?
Tapos, pagdating sa Starbucks, parang we were in a room full of people. Yeah. Yung iba nag-intern pa sa
nahihiya pa.
California, mga ganun yung mga background. Tapos parang nung pinagsalita, hilig ko rin magsalita. So parang ako,
inangkin mo na,
basic.
Diba?
Anyway, sige, tuloy.
So it was something that, and then when we, dito na, tapos na yung buong class. Bibo ko, alam mo naman, Bibo. Diba? So, nung, final something na, papupuntay na nila ako sa medical. Ito pa lang tattoo ko nun. Ito pa lang. This whole thing. Ito wala pa lahat to. Wala pa. So ito pa lang, nilagyan ko ng relo to cover it. Ito.
Yeah.
Naka-relo yan the whole time. Finally, nung nandun na ako, pinaharap na nila ako doon. Gaganyan ka na. Pinatanggal nila yung relo. So akala ko, makakalusot to kasi tinakpan ko nga. Hindi nyo na. So nung tinanggal na, sinabi na nila na pwede mo, as in sila nagsabi, pwede mo bang patanggal yung tattoo mo? Para lang ma-hire ka namin. Kasi gusto nila akong ma-hire eh. During that time eh. Kasi okay nga eh, di ba?
Kailan to? Mga
2016, 15, somewhere there. Talagang, pwede mo bang patanggal? Ganun talaga. As in, pwede mo bang patanggal? Kasi okay next ka na, next phase ka na nung application process or whatever. And then when I was walking back to the car, baka di para sa akin to. Like, no way am I gonna change who I am for that. Which,
Why?
nung time pa na yon, hindi pa masyadong, alam mo ngayon, di ba?
Ngayon, ano na?
Ngayon, gets ko na ngayon eh. Gets ko dati na parang ano siya frowned upon pa siya. Ngayon kasi, alam mo, nag-viral tayo dahil sa tattoo, di ba?
Yes, sir.
So pero nung time na yun, I was like, maybe it's not for me.
Why?
Kasi na-realize ko na,
Why wouldn't you give up the tattoo? I mean, you wanted that job, di ba?
yeah, I wanted that job, but not bad enough. I didn't want the job bad enough to take the tattoo out. Number one, masakit siya. So hindi ko siya parang not enough. I wanted to do it because my sister was doing it. And there was this stereotype or this thinking that it was easy. Diba there's this thinking na
Okay.
ta-travel ka, kung san-san ka, 5 days ka sa Europe, tapos
the dream.
technically nag-work ka lang sa flight. So there was this thinking na madali siya.
Okay.
Pero in all honesty, walang trabahong madali.
Yep.
So, if I'm only doing it because it's supposedly easy, then the moment baka tikim ako ng hirap, na inutusan ako maglinis nung or maglinis nung ganyan, or napagalit na, inaway ako ng passenger, I will fold. Because I was doing it because it was supposedly easy.
Yeah.
So, kahit may hirap, hindi ko gagawin. Bakit? Madali dapat to. Kaya nga ako nandito eh. Diba? That's why I admire everyone, whatever industry you're in. Like my sister, FA siya. I admire it. Kasi nakikita ko eh, pag nasa house kami, may family dinner kami, sobrang niya, ginagawa niya lahat. Kasi nga, FA siya eh.
Yeah.
So these are the things, these are the skills na ginagawa niya. Like, ang organized niya, siya nag-ayos ng mga order, siya naglilinis ng mga pinggan. So parang kikita mo na parang...
And ikaw, hindi
ako ganon. So you respect na parang may kanya-kanyang skills tayo na talagang i-maximize mo. Which wasn't mine.
Alright.
Hindi ko ata kaya nasasabihan ako maglinis ng toilet.
Okay.
Hindi ko ata kaya. So I think it's more of humility also. It's not looking down on those na, kaya mo yun, ako hindi. Hindi, it's more of, hindi ko skill yan.
Okay.
So maybe that was also a reason kung ba't di ako tinanggap. So again, ito paniniwala ko na parang everything happens for a reason.
Of course. Yeah.
Ang isip ko nun was, because I was addicted to working out, ang isip ko nun was, mag-FA ako para ma-experience ko lahat ng gym. Ang plano ko noon was every country that I go to, I was gonna experience yung Gold's Gym doon. Because I was a Gold's member that time. So yun yung goal ko, which is, yun yung goal mo kaya ka mag-FA. Marang mali, di ba? So, yun yung parang, alam mo nang mali yung industry na pinapasukan. So I just continuously looked for, an industry that I would...
And then, you applied sa URC.
URC, Titan ako for 2 months.
Titan Okay, sige. Ito stereotyping. Sorry ha. Pero parang feeling ko na, pasok ka dun.
Oo, kasi basketball.
Kasi basketball.
Yung inisip ko, baka kaya ko to kasi corporate, pero basketball. Hindi talaga kaya dun 9 to 5 eh. The 9 to 5, it's just not for me. Hindi talaga siya. Sabi ko to sa podcast ko, I was sitting sa bullpen, pumasok si Coach Jeff Carriaso. Who is Titan 22. Kaya nga 22 because jersey number niya 22. So he's really the face of Titan. Marami siyang partners pero siya yung kilalang face. I don't know if you know Jeffrey Carriaso, pero yun yung dating PBA player na legend. Siya yung face ng Titan 22. Pasok siya, may ginawa lang siya sandali sa corner office niya, tapos lumabas na ulit siya. Tapos kami nandito 9 to 5. Parang gusto ko yun ako And how am I gonna get there? There's a ladder that you can climb.
Yeah.
But hindi ko makita parang gusto ko yun eh. How did he get there? How did he become that guy? Did he climb? No, he put it up.
Yeah.
So he built the ladder. Titan to. He built the ladder. So I want what he did. So paano ko gagawin yon without climbing this ladder? You build your own ladder. So doon sabi ko, magre-resign ako. Resign ako talaga. And then when I resign, ng resignation interview ko, tinanong ako ng boss ko nung time na yun na parang, you don't understand when you get into a corporate job.
This is how it is.
You're gonna pay your dues. Like,
yes, sir.
I respect those who go through this, the dues. Hindi na lang.
Yeah.
Not for me. So again, it's that mix of yabang and ambitious na delulu.
Delulu.
'Di ba? Na parang no, I'll build my own.
Yeah.
So, yun, and then slowly still lost.
Yeah.
Bumalik ako sa basketball. I was playing till 2020. And then when 2020 happened, na-quarantine, nawala lahat. Nag-shutdown yung ABS-CBN, which was my network sa sports. Didn't know what I was gonna do. You know what? I'll build my own network. Diba? That's nag-start ako mag-YouTube. Then, nag-snowball na to where it is now.
Grabe.
Yeah.
I mean,
Gulo.
a lot of people see right now like the
ngayon nakikita nila ngayon.
Diba?
Pero nung
Like
time na yun, bro,
the bling-bling.
again, natutulog ako sa Anytime Fitness, di ba? Ganun kalala dati.
Grabe.
So that's why it's great that you have something to look back on.
I think there's a quote na parang nagsasabi na hard choices, easy life.
Yeah.
Like easy choices, hard life. And for me, what I'm seeing from you is a series of hard choices. Like, you didn't want to resign, you didn't want to apply, you didn't want to do this, but you did it anyway.
Sometimes you have to look for the struggle. People run from the struggle. Sometimes you have to look for it. Because without struggle, hindi ka rin gagaling eh. Even with what we do now, I can run from the struggle and ayoko niyan. Ayan, kunyari, nung nag-start ako ng podcast, struggle yan kasi hindi naman ako podcaster eh. I did it once before, pero this past year, hindi ako podcaster.
Yeah.
And of course, all of you na talagang podcast ang forte, kumbaga, I will learn from these people. Kasi consumer ako ng podcast eh, di ba? So you have to at least, if I was big in this world, I might be small in this one.
Yeah.
So if I can't swallow my pride and be humble enough to understand na hindi ako, ano lang ako dito. Kaya nga ngayon bro, kahit number one doon, di ba ako naman mismo yung nagsasabi na parang, di ko nga alam, ba't number one yun eh. Kumbaga, malakas lang siguro yung community. I haven't said in any of my podcasts na, number one ako kasi ang galing ko mag-podcast. No, number one ako kasi natutuwa ako kasi sinusuportahan ng community. At the end of the day, it's that naman eh. The strength of a podcast will always be the community behind it, diba? As great of a podcaster as you are, if you don't acknowledge the community, wala ka din, diba? I'm sure you know that yung buong community ninyo ni Yani. So, yun yung parang, it's not me. So, yun yung, if you're not humble enough to ulitan.
What was, marami ka nang na-share na parang mga humbling experience. Just hearing your story, it's very humbling. But what was that moment na you were humbled, not just by the circumstance, but also maybe with the people around you? I mean, I guess, meron bang point sa buhay mo na, kasi, you know, I'm curious with this eh. Like the support that you got. Nakwento mo do sa podcast ni Yani na you were, you know, you're okay naman. You were provided with the things that you needed. But was there a point where you were struggling that, you know, the people around you like also left you out?
All my past relationships were ended because I wasn't in the right state of mind yet. Whether it be may kalokohan akong ginagawa, which I acknowledge because I know I had to go through that to be able to be the man I am today. Pero financially also, hindi ko sila ma-spoil. Yun, hindi ko ma-spoil. Which during that time, I was, kumbaga, 50-50 tayo. Ganon.
Okay.
So, a lot of my past relationships ended. Tapos, ang akin kasi is, I don't like, kunyari may relationship na nag-end. Even if there's this kasalanan nito or kasalanan nito, at the end of the day, may kasalanan ka. I will never worry about her fault. I will worry about mine.
Yeah.
Because moving to the next relationship or the next phase of my life, it doesn't matter kung anong kasalanan niya or anong kulang sa kanya or ano yung tama niya. What matters is myself. Like now, with CK, now that I have CK, I'm in this new relationship, or not new, but then this present relationship. Dala ko ba yung kasalanan sa akin nung ex ko? Hindi, di ba? Ang dala ko lang is my learnings na aayos ko ngayon for this present one. So, with relationships, with my past relationships, yun yung pagkukulang ko. I felt like all my kalokohan, whether it be financially or ang tawag mo doon? Loyalty. Faithful. There's this term eh. Faithfulness. Tama ba?
Pwede.
Being
Loyalty.
faithful. Loyalty. Being faithful.
Being faithful.
I think it was a lack of belief in myself or lack of confidence or lack
So you were
of who I was.
insecure
I was
in a
insecure.
sense?
I really believe.
Dumating ba sa point na si Tito Mikee
Tito Mikee is the different person from who Mikey Reyes was. And honestly, I was a babaero ko dati.
Okay.
Yan na lang. Babaero ko dati. And sometimes when you have nothing to show for, my career wasn't going great, my money was tough, as a working person na hindi na ako nakasalalay sa parents ko noon. Sometimes yung mapagyayabang mo is, what I had was, maybe I had tawag dito, appeal.
Yeah.
Maybe
Pogi.
kumbaga kaya kong makipag-usap, di ako nahihiya. So that was my thing.
Yeah.
So there was a time that was my thing. Si Mikey yung magaling dumiskarte.
Okay.
So, yun yung pinanghahawakan mong thing mo. Not because that was your thing, but because you had a lack of other things na panghawakan. So because I was unsure of who I was, anong gagawin ko sa buhay, pera was a problem, you had to hold on to something that could fill your ego.
Yeah.
Which was babaero ko.
Okay.
Kasi 'di ba, I don't want this to be
yeah.
but in male, at the end of the day, yung babaero yung cool.
Yes.
'Di ba? Aminin man natin na
I
hindi.
mean,
There was a time na ganoon.
Yes, and it's still something that
Till
we're
now,
trying
a
to
lot of
break.
people are still in that mindset na ang babaero cool.
Yes.
'Di ba? So, I had that problem before. Kasi yun yung thing ko. I was known for that.
How did you break that? How did you break through that?
When I started to feel good about myself. When I met CK, I came from a relationship na medyo medyo financially hirap. There were moments na medyo faithful tayo, ganon. So, when I started to work on myself, career-wise, and it wasn't even a conscious effort na ayoko namang babae. Ito gagawin ko para hindi naman babae. Hindi. It was, you know what, I'll work on myself, bala na. And I was faithful tayo kay, obviously, syempre, pag nag-start kayo, faithful ka, di ba? Aminin natin, di ba? Of course, di ba? Of course.
Yeah.
Pero, the process of worrying about myself and taking care of myself, I started to feel good about myself. And I started to see, eto na. So, this could be my thing. I could be this guy.
Be secure.
Diba? I don't have to be, hindi ko kailangan maging babaero para
Okay.
magkaroon ng ma-feel yung ego ko na this could be a way to, kumbaga, my identity.
Yeah.
This could be it. I could be successful.
Yeah.
I could make money. Enough money. So now, nandun na nag-shift na ngayon. So I think nung nawala yung insecurity ko, I could be this guy. So, doon nag-shift. I think you asked me, were there times na may insecurity kaya nawawalan ng relationship, naiiwan ng tao? It's because of that. Diba? It's like, when I found myself, naayos bigla yung the way na patutungo ko sa tao or sa girlfriend ko ngayon, sobrang iba na.
Yeah.
Diba? So, everything in the past, even if they all didn't work out, may effect yun kung sino, how I am now with CK. Dala ko yun to this day. Kumbaga, there was a time before na I was in a relationship and one of my exes nagkwento sa akin because someone from her office nang libre ng Starbucks sa buong. So it felt good sa kanya na parang may nang libre siya kanya ng Starbucks kasi hindi nga ako, I wasn't capable enough of doing that. Starbucks to me was...
Wait, just to be clear, hindi mo nagaguman libre ng Starbucks.
Hindi ko kaya.
Okay.
Diba? Hindi kaya. So, there was this person na mutual friend namin nung time na yon that was like, pupunta ako ng Kanya pupunta siya ng Starbucks. Kaya tatlo tayo dito ni Yani. Pupunta ako ng Starbucks. O, anong gusto mo? O, ikaw, anong gusto mo? Natanong siya nun. And then, nung sumagot siya, nabili siya ng Starbucks.
Okay.
So, that was eye-opening to her na, uy, pwede pala yun. Which was supposed to be that way. Pero again, I wasn't in a position yet. So ngayon, with me, dala ko yun. Not in a, let's not be immature here and be, hindi ko pa nakaka-move on. May mga ganun
Tama.
No, it's more of...
In retrospect. Like, just reflecting back on getting
ngayon,
lessons as well.
Babe, gusto mo mag-Starbucks kahit anong gusto mo.
Gusto mo ng isang Starbucks.
Gusto mo, bahala ka, anong gusto mo kainin, ganyan. So dati, minsan, nagtatampo sa akin because I couldn't bring her to the good restaurants, I couldn't buy this, I couldn't buy that. Diba? And quite frankly, ang pumalit sa akin, big time. So that was a challenge within myself. It wasn't a bitter challenge. It was a, oo nga, no? Gets ko. Okay. Now, so spoiled sa akin si CK with that, in that sense na parang, kung anong gusto mo, game, anong gusto mo, babe. Diba? Saan tayo kakain? Sige, go, order ka lang. So, yun yung feeling ko dala-dala mo as you grow older. Yung mga lessons na nakuha mo dito, diba? And you bring
And parang hindi mo rin talaga maiiwasan na you incur these kinds of traumas din with people.
Mas
din,
matanda
sa
ka, mas traumatic, mas marami kang trauma.
But then, it takes a conscious effort na let's heal those things. And let's do a different
kasi you don't play
reality.
victim.
Yes.
You don't play victim.
Exactly.
Because I could have played victim and said, grabe ka naman, iniwan mo ako kasi wala akong pera. I could be vindictive now and say...
Inakanta mo pa yung kanta ni Glock 9
diba?
Simpleng tao.
Pero I could be vindictive now and say, no, I'm here.
Yeah.
Ano.
Told you.
I told you. Abot ako. No, it was more of, you know what? Ano nga bang kulang? Sometimes kasi that will change everything. When you start to look at yourself, dun magbabago yung thinking.
You face the hard questions.
Yeah, the hard questions. Anong mali sa akin?
Yeah.
I couldn't spoil. I was unfaithful. How do I change these things? You could gaslight someone and say, hindi kasi ito yung kaya ako.
Sabi mo.
Sabi mo, ganito tayo. So parang, honestly, when yung relationship ko na mahaba, when we broke up, may ibang guy. And I could play victim and say, kasi ganito. Hindi. Bakit kaya? Ano kayang mali sa akin? Ito mali. Gets ko na. Tama. Yeah. Dapat lang iwan mo ko.
Yes.
Kasi ano pang magagawa sa akin ng justifying na, 'di ba, play victim. Walang magagawa sa akin yun. Again, it's the same as kung may mas successful sa'yo, imbis na hilahin kita pababa dito, sama na lang ko dyan sa'yo. Yeah. Diba? Para at least may nagbago pa sa buhay ko. So I will, when I looked at myself in the mirror, how will I better my life? Versus, sira, ikaw may kasalanan.
Ito parang, it's super nakaka-relate ako. Kasi parang, in a similar way, ganyan din yung relationship ko before. And then, pero a couple of times, nakikita ko na yung, nakakasalubong namin ni Joes din, sa mall, gano'n, yung ex ko, tapos feeling ko kasama niya yung bagong guy, gano'n. And then I feel na parang, ako lang to, hindi ko alam, baka nakikinig pa yun. Nakikinig pala to. Pero parang ako, feel ko na may awkwardness, pero in my point of view, I actually want to reach out and say, you know what, thank you. Thank you that happened. Kasi sobrang awakening nun sa akin. Na parang,
you know what's crazy is, we never had closure. We never had closure. Na talagang ito na. Parang, I remember I was trying to chase. Siyempre, nung time na yun, pag iniwan ka chase. And then we agreed to closing the chapter. Kita tayo, pag-usapan natin, and then close. When we agreed to it, that last text, I deleted it, put my phone in my pocket, and dun sabi ko, okay, tapos na. Hindi matutuloy ito.
I mean, that's the closure.
Yun na yung closure nun. Tapos never na kami ulit nagka-interaction. Nagkikita kami minsan, pero never na ulit nagka-interaction. Pero sometimes talaga, I'm like, it's okay. Okay tayo. It's not something na, we were young. We were young.
Now, ganyan ang perspective. Nung simula, ganyan din ba? Or, kasi ito nangyari sa akin, or it was more of a revenge. Like,
normal yun.
Revenge season.
Ganun na. Okay, sige, wait lang. Ito yan. When this relationship, I was 27.
Okay.
27. Yung pumalit sa akin that time was 33. 27 ako, 33. Obviously, yung 33 mas successful sa akin.
Syempre.
Mas stable na. So, gets ko. 33 ako ngayon. So yun yung
Yun yung point.
so if my 33 now, lalaban na dun sa 33 nun. So yun yung parang, it's not revenge, but it's, okay, hindi pala ako mali nun. I was just too young.
Wow. So you're not less.
I'm not, I wasn't, because I was comparing, you can't compare 27 to a 33. Diba? Compare mo yung, I don't want to say peak, pero let's compare the time na 33. Laban ako ngayon. Kasi I remember during that time, ang ganda ng kotse niya.
Hopeless talaga.
Ang kotse niya. Wala akong laban dyan, di ba? Kung saan sa kumakain, ganyan. Tapos, syempre, anong time na yun, mga friends ko pa, sasabihin nila, uy, parang nakita ko siya yun, nag-travel sila sa ganyan. So, nung time na yun, parang di ko kaya yan gets ko. So, ngayon, 33 na ako, I have a different girlfriend. Gets ko na ngayon. Okay, spoil ko tong girlfriend ko ngayon. So, parang it wasn't because it wasn't because you were less. You were just not there yet.
You were early.
Too young, whatever. Yeah. And you can't blame someone whom nakikita na niya. Ito na nasa harapan ko na diba? Masaya naman sila ngayon. So, I also needed that.
Yeah.
So, if that didn't happen, so, hindi pwede, I can't look back at it and say, if you meet me now, okay tayo. Baka hindi ako mabot dito kung hindi dahil nangyari yun. So, hindi na rin pwede mag-look back and say, kung ngayon, ganyan, wala na. CK is my girlfriend. CK is my future. So, siya na ngayon yung thank you for you because you put me in this position. Yeah. Now, pwede kitang anahin. Pwede kong bigay kay CK yung mga pagkukulang ko dati na binibigay sa'yo ngayon ng guy mo.
Yeah. Parang ako, ang naisip ko dyan is like some people come into your life na I think there's a quote on this, like some people come into your life for a season and some for a reason. Diba? And maybe that reason was kind of to push you na, you're more than this.
Yeah. Na parang you have to have change in your life. Sometimes you have to have a drastic change. Kaya naniniwala din ako that people won't change until something happens. Ikaw, tayong dalaw, nag-usap tayo. Uy, magbago ka na. Hindi ka naman magbabago, bro. No amount of ganyan can make you change. You have to go through something to tell yourself to change. You can't tell a person to change. Something needs to happen. So when that happened, kulang na lang, bro, kung makita ko yung lalaki ngayon, magpasalamat ako sa kanya. Diba? So yakap, bro. Thank you, Good job sa'yo, pare. Kung hindi dahil sa'yo, hindi ko na-challenge sarili ko. I thought I was already okay ako. Diba? But kundi dahil sa'yo, salamat. Diba? So yun yung parang things that you go through in life na it needs to happen. It needs. So I can't look back and say, dapat kung ngayon ko na-meet yung girl.
Yeah.
And with CK, buti na lang ngayon ko na-meet.
Yeah.
Buti na lang na-meet kita.
Perfect
and also,
timing.
Yung challenge, when I met CK, I was still finding myself when I met CK.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I was
Alright. So, on that note, parang, kasi, parang madaling ma-in love sa taong okay na, built na. But for a person na I'm still finding my stride, right? I think that was your scenario with CK. How did that happen? How did you guys kinda, you know what? We're gonna make this work.
The long relationship that we were talking about, may isa pa ako in the middle eh. So yun yung parang 2 years lang ata or something. But medyo kaedad ko yung ex ko noon. So there was pressure. At the end of the day, pag to 30 na ako noon, di ba? May pressure kahit papano. And I still wasn't stable enough or I still couldn't find myself to be pressured like that. So there was conflict. So nung giwalay kami nung na-meet ko si CK, bata. So her mindset was still fresh. Na parang, go try this, try that. Ganun pa yung utak niya. Which was exactly where I was in life. So I may have been 10 years older. I still am. But yung mindset namin were the same. Na parang fresh grad ako. Kasi kaka-retire ko lang from basketball 2020 when
parang
the pandemic hit parang feeling ko, ngayon pa lang ako nag-graduate. Parang ganun yung feeling ko nun.
Okay.
This is my first taste of graduation. I graduated from this dream that I've had since I was young and I let it go to start something new. So parang graduate. And then CK was in her thesis defense time ng time.
Yeah.
So siya, nagtitesis, ako, nag-YouTube. So there were times na every day, naka-zoom lang kami, dalawang monitor ko, naka-zoom kami, tapos nag-work ako, nag-edit ako ng YouTube ko, nag-work siya ng thesis niya. Tapos, babe, ano muna, hindi kami nagkita nun for like 6, 7, 8 months.
Whoa.
At the start of our relationship, we didn't see each other for 6, 7, 8 months.
Wow.
Because, ekis ako sa family niya. So, ekis ako, bawal pumunta dito. Pandemic, quarantine, wasn't that easy in the first place. So siguro nagkita kami in the first 2 weeks na nagkita kami mga 3 times. And then, pag-akit ko ng Antipolo, food wala. For 6 months straight.
Yeah.
6 months straight, it was all Zoom. That's why nakita ko yung strength ng relationship namin. Kasi, bro, this is a new person. It's not like 3 years na kami,
matagal
tas
na.
6 months na hindi nagkita, tas balik. Hindi, this was a
tiwala
new person talaga. And we were just there grinding. So
you basically found someone as well na with the same parang motivation.
Ang motivation namin noon was to be stable enough that we could take care of ourselves na hindi na namin kunin yung approval ng parents namin. Or parents niya. Which was wrong. Obviously, you'd still want to be in a good... So time healed all wounds. Sobrang close ko ngayon sa family niya.
Nice.
But it was that motivation na let's work on ourselves kasi hindi natin kahit ako gets ko naman kung ba't hindi ako sa mami mo Ba't ka 20 years old, 30, tapos puro tattoo, hindi alam kung anong gagawin, di ba? I wasn't really known naman. So parang gets ko, ba't hindi ako gusto ng mami at daddy mo? Gets ko. But what was instead of fighting it, find a way na magustuhan ka nila.
Okay.
So how will I do that? Work on myself. Make them feel na good influence ako kasi that's the first thing that they would think, di ba? Bad influence yan. Yeah.
Totoo.
Taking advantage, blah, blah. So, sa akin, okay, I need to fix myself so I could be a good influence to you. And then slowly, nung nakikita nga nila, nag-work sila together, they're building this, they're building that, slowly, nagkakaroon na ng trust. And then now, totally, ano na tayo, parang in-laws na. Kumbaga, yung daddy niya, yung mga in-law natin, nandito na. Nasaan na yung mga boyfriend? Kasi, syempre, 2 girls sila magkapatid So, dalawa kaming boyfriend. So, nandun na sa Christmas, kakasama kami. So, you work on, again, it's starting with looking at yourself in the mirror. Stop playing victim na, hindi ako gusto nung nanay ni Siki. Hindi ko alam kung bakit wala pa naman akong ginagawang mali. Which is true. Yeah. There was a time that I played victim and said, wait lang, wala pa akong ginagawang mali, technically. Pero ba't di ako gusto ng mami ni Siki? Then you look at it na parang, wala ka pang ginagawang mali, pero are you even worthy enough of
I mean, meron ka na bang nagawang tama?
Diba? Yun din, may nagawa ka na bang tama? And even outside of this relationship, sa buhay mo mismo, tama ka na ba? Do you feel like worthy ka na to get someone's baby girl?
Yeah. And at the same time, it's internally din, ikaw na parang
alam ko
okay
rin
lang po. Na parang I understand kasi I'm working on myself.
Kasi alam mo rin again, there's a lot of humility na, wait lang, oo nga no? Ano nga ba ang kaya kong i-offer dito? Diba?
You have sobrang ganda lang ng mindset mo na you're always looking at, oo nga no, what can I learn? What can I learn?
Man?
What can I learn from
anong
this?
pang magbabago sa... Kasi, again, we're in a world of justifying yourself. You justify... That's the first human nature, yun yung first action mo. If someone tells you something, justify yourself. Hindi, kaya ako lang ginawa to kasi ganito Hindi, kaya lang naman nagawin kasi ganito Sometimes it's like, even if hindi totoo yung sinabi mo sa akin, let's say sabihin mo sa akin na ang pangit ng podcast mo. Let's say it comes from hate. Let's just say. For me, I can do 2 things. I can justify my podcast to you.
Damn, podcast ko maganda.
Okay yun. Number 1 nga ako Or, even if it's not true, iisipin mo pa din. So, okay. So, paano ko nga ba mapapaganda tong podcast ko? So, wala akong pakialam sa'yo. Pero, there's still room for yourself na improve mo. Kasi if you keep just pushing away critics, whether it comes from hate or it comes from a good place, if you just keep pushing them away, wala ka ring improvement. Diba? So, yun nga, the process of just getting better in whatever you're doing, a better person, a better whatever, it won't stop So you still need to keep looking for ways or motivation to improve yourself. So dumadaming hater ko, mas ginaganahan akong galingan. Diba? The day na enough ko lahat ng hate ko, ng hate around me, hindi na ako gagaling. Di ba? I don't wanna be around people who just love me. Uy, ang galing mo bro, ang galing mo bro. Wala na, you're gonna rest on your laurels, di ba? You're gonna rest on what you've done already. Kasi, ganda na ng mga sinasabi ng mga tao di ba? Okay na ako. Kasi love na ako ng 10 taong yan di ba? So, kailangan, just keep. So, yun yung naging goal namin ni CK together was to, let's keep going. At one point, magiging okay din lahat yan. So, meron din kaming, we get to look back on these things. Kami ni CK na parang pag nag-aaway kami, big fight. We bring it, we talk about it. Naalala mo 6 months tayong hindi nagkita and ang conversations natin during those 6 months parang life and death na parang we will see you soon, ganyan. Parang during that time that we weren't seeing each other, the only goal was to see each other.
Yeah. Wow.
So now that we see each other every day, we can't forget that time. So it strengthened our relationship also. It was cool that it started that way.
So I think that's a very interesting concept din. I love na share mo yan. But also not with just CK, with everything that you have right now. Okay? How do you not take things for granted?
The fear of losing.
So merong fear.
Yeah, because I'm older na. Maraming trauma. My life has always been ups and downs. Alam mo yung trauma ka na pag uma-up. I can't be too happy kasi babagsak.
Okay.
Diba? May fear na gano'n. Up, down, up.
Masaya tayo ngayon, so mamaya iyak tayo nito.
Nakaramdam ako nito. Kukunin ni Lord din yan. Diba? Ganon. So, it's paranoia. That's why sabi ko nga, paranoia is very important. Because if the paranoia is not there anymore, ibig sabihin, you're taking it for granted na. Kasi hindi ka na, praning na mawawala Diba? Praning ako ngayon mawala si CK, not just the lifestyle, praning ako mawala si CK. So ngayon, kung nakikita ako sa internet yung mga si Daniel Padilla, nahuli si ganyan. Parang, makapraning ako na parang, guys, hindi na tayo pwedeng magloko. Kasi praning ka Diba? Praning kang may mangyaring masama, may mawala. So, praning ka na iwan ka. So, pag nawala na yung paranoia na yun, then you put your guard down, baka may magawa ka. Even if you don't mean it.
Yeah.
Baka may magawa kang something. Doesn't need to be infidelity! So, it doesn't need to be in that space. Pero baka may magawa kang mali. Diba? So, praning ka ngayon. So, with life, with the career, praning ako mawala lahat So, you just continue to work.
And you give everything that you can. Every moment of your life.
I don't take it for granted because I worked for this. Siguro yun din yung advantage of working for something. Because I went through all that. I don't want to go back there. I don't want to go back to sleeping in a stock room. Ngayon, naka 2-bedroom na ako. Dito na ako. Happy ako dito. Ayoko nang bumalik doon. So, yun yung mga bagay that keeps me grounded. Keeps me humble na pwedeng mawala to. Diba? Especially being a content creator. Pwede ka malaos. Tomorrow. Pwede ka makancel. Pwede ka mali. Diba? So, very praning. Kaya baby podcasts are scary for me. Kasi merong kukunin dyan na taken out of context. Kaya maybe yun yung mga bagay na parang that's what keeps me helps me maintain what I've had. It's not to take it for granted and always just be paranoid.
And in the paranoia that you have, ano yung mga ginagawa mo na like, are there any like actions, habits that
there's paranoia na negative?
Oo, kasi when some people get paranoid and then they become paralyzed. And then they get stuck like fuck, I'm gonna lose that.
So, sobrang takot mo mawala.
Hindi ka na
yan yung imposter syndrome. Di ba imposter syndrome?
Parang
na-paralyze. Hindi naman ako para dito Diba? So, wala rin tumawala.
How do you move past that?
Doon pumapasok yung I'm paranoid, but when you find me in the job and then I put on work mode, dito ako to. Kunyari, paranoid ako mawala yung spot ko, let's say, sa news. Kasi, imposter syndrome ako, nasa balita ako, primetime news, Julius Babaw, Cheryl Cosmo, what am I doing here, diba? Sino naman ako para pagkatiwala ng news program, diba? Pero pag nandun ako, I get the job done. So, there are two ways. Pwede ka maparanoid, na mapaparalyze ka nga, or pwede ka maparanoid and it can push you to do even better. or work more because you're paranoid na mawala eh. So, either accept it na mawawala din yan or fight it na hindi mawawala to, hindi mawawala to, hindi mawawala to. Ilalabang ko to, ilalabang.
Kasi may mga taong ganun eh, na parang pa sinasabi na, it is what it is. Yan yung isa sa mga pinaka malaking context na may mistake na mga tao na parang, it is what it is, bro. Just, mo na.
It is what it is if we can't control it. There are things we can't control.
Yeah.
Yun yung it is what it is. Wala kang magagawa if you can't control it. Pero, give yourself a chance, man.
Yeah.
Control what you can control, and then it is what it is. Pero wag mo kung it is what it is, at justify mo lang yung lack of preparation or lack of action mo. And then you end up saying it is what it is. Hindi. Give yourself a shot.
Yeah.
Do everything you can.
Yeah.
Na masasabi mo sa sarili mo na ginawa ko lahat.
Ganda.
And then if it still ends up that way, then that's destiny. Like kunyari let's say nag-audition nag-apply tayo sa PAL. Ginawa mo lahat. Apply ako, ginalingan ko.
Hanggang sa pinakadulo, binibigay mo lahat.
Nakita nila yung tattoo ko, it is what it is. Hindi talaga tanggap ang tattoo.
Yeah, okay.
During that time, gets good. So, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Pero hindi na ako parang tattoo. So, yun yung parang meron din namang time na alam mo na pipivot ka. Yun yung pumipot na ako.
Okay. You mentioned earlier about the family stuff, right? And how is your relationship with your family in terms of what you're doing right now? Are they like full on ever since na talaga?
No.
Go.
My family kasi is a family of professions, people with professions.
Which is the Filipino.
My dad is a contractor, my mom is an architect.
Wow.
My sister, yung eldest namin, works in Macan, which is an advertising agency na malaki. Sobrang niya doon, I don't know, basta mataas na siya doon. And then my second ate is an FA. My younger sibling, na younger sa yung sumunod sa akin, marketing naman sa Jollibee. And then the youngest, architect. So, bro, family with professions.
Okay.
Diba? Mga professions to mga to. And then here comes someone may YouTube. Diba? Tapos, diba? Like, come on, gulo mo. Nag-try ako mag-office. Tapos, syempre, yung eldest sister ko pa was the first to really work. And siya talaga yung pinaka-successful. Syempre, ang thinking niya is, siya yung, bro, buong araw siya nasa office nung nagsa-start siya. Magko-commute siya pa uwi ng Antipolo. Tapos, 3 hours lang tulog niya. Balik siya ulit sa office. And then, first paycheck niya, alala niya, 4,000 pesos. Hanggang ngayon, may check niya, hindi niya in-cash, 4,000. That keeps her grounded. So, ngayon, mayaman na siya. Diba? 4,000 pesos. So, nakita namin from the house, ano yung tinrabaho niya to get to where she is now. So, there's this mentality na, kailangan mo gawin yung mga yun. Diba? Alam mo yun? The typical.
Niya,
typical. So, nung nag-stop ako mag-basketball, eto na, harap ka na ng work mo. Diba? So, eto na, naging trainer ako. Yun, medyo trainer, okay pa. Naging titan ako, okay. Kumbaga, I wasn't earning much, pero at least stable ka. At the end of the day, all your parents want is, they just want you to be okay. Yeah. Financially okay and stable. So, when they don't understand what you're doing, and they don't know how much you're making, anak, anong ginagawa mo, anak? Para kang dyan, anong pinagagawa mo dyan? So when I started everything, talagang, anong ginagawa mo? Ganon. So, sometimes you need to assure them. Ito kinita ko. Okay. Diyan na medyo nag-open na yung utak ng dad ko noon na parang, ganyan kinita mo sa YouTube.
Talaga?
Nung nakatira ko doon, ito na kinita ko sa YouTube. So it's not, so with my ate, she doesn't need to say how much she's making. Kasi yan eh, CEO, I don't know kung ano. Basta CEO na siya or something.
Yeah.
So she doesn't need to say how much she's making.
Yeah.
Because we all know she's doing well.
Yeah.
Sa akin, medyo content creator ka, nang gagago-gago ka lang. One time, nag-game streamer ako, napapanood ako ng daddy ko. Nay, anong pinaggawa mo dyan? Diba, may ganon. Kasi pinaggawa mo. So medyo may So, it actually kinda broke us apart for some time. My family and myself. Parang nagkaroon ng rift in between. Lalo na when I lived alone for the second time. When I left Antipolo after after ko mag-YouTube, then na-recover ko sarili ko, then I left. Then, eto na, nag-start na ako mag-podcast, nag-start na ako mag-influencer type content, di naman nagigets eh. So there was this whole year na hindi kami nag-ano ng family ko.
Okay.
Technically, doon ako sa family ni CK muna. Naging second family ko sila or main family ko during that time. Because I told myself, hindi kami magkakaintindihan until there are results. Because at the end of the day, yun lang gusto ng parents mo, bro. Yeah. Hindi dahil hindi sila naniniwala sa'yo, hindi dahil wala silang believe sa'yo. Which during that time, that was what I was thinking. Kasi medyo yun yung victim case. Ba't di nyo ako sinusuportahan? Hindi nyo ba alam magiging ganito to? At the end of the day, man, they don't know what they don't know and they only know what they know. Social media is a whole different world. So, eto na, hindi kami nag-usap. Pero naririnig na nila from other people na, si Mikee nasa PBA na, nagko-commentate na, ganyan. So, medyo nagkakaroon na ng kulay yung ginagawa. Mm-hmm. So, again, you don't play victim and blame them. It's, wala, ganito talaga. So, kailangan ko muna magtrabaho. So, when I started working, nag-reconnect ulit, nagkaayos, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos, ngayon, okay kami, and then, nakikita na nila. Kasi nagkaka-effect na eh. Nararamdaman na nila. At the end of the day, kailangan mo iparamdam, man. Kailangan mo iparamdam. At the end of the day, kailangan mo iparamdam. Ito na, medyo napapakain ako. Okay, medyo yung gift ko ngayon pag birthday, gumaganda na. So, nakikita na nila na parang, which all along, yun lang ang gusto nila. Hindi dahil sila naniniwala sa'yo. Yun lang ang gusto nila. Assurance na okay ang anak nila. So, now, Tito Mikee's, nakikita nila kung san-san. Daddy ko, alala ko, his first message to me was, bakit may mga nagtatanong sa akin kung anak ko si Tito Mikee? Sino si Tito Mikee? So parang, sino si Tito Mikee? Then doon ko in-explain, ito si Tito Mikee. Okay. Dami kasi nagtatanong sa akin kung anak ko si Tito Mikee. So ngayon, may Tito Mikee na. Yung daddy ko nasa TikTok na. So nanonood na yung daddy ko ng content ko. Okay. Alam na niya yung nangyayari sa akin, di ba? Meron na rin siyang TikTok na nagpo-post siya ng kung ano-ano doon. So, kumbaga, at the end of the day, they just need to know you're okay. And sometimes, this won't do anything. Yeah. You can't assure them through, okay ako, dad. Maniwala lang kayo sa akin, okay ako. No, man. You have to put your head down and accept. Like the way CK's mom didn't accept me dun sa una. Kasi, you can't blame them, bro. Wala ka pa napapatunayan. Wag kang maglaro. Don't think na yung nakikita mo, nakikita rin nila. Yun ang problema ngayon eh. Yung nakikita mo, kailangan nakikita ng lahat eh. Hindi. Kung ito yung na-envision mo sa sarili mo, then yun yung na-envision mo sa sarili mo. You have to make it come to life. Yeah. Diba? Before people believe na, Kaya sa akin, now na may Tito Mikee, guys, 2017 pa lang, ito na yung gusto kong gawin eh. Bakit? In 2017, bro, I forgot to say, I already tried to be an influencer. Okay. 2017. Mahilig talaga akong mag-post, ma-story talaga ako. Like, talaga ako, without unknowingly nung time na yon na it was a thing, mahilig na ako mag-story, na-update ko yung mga tao. Okay. Feeling mo, dahil mong followers, pero honestly, mga 1,000 lang ata followers ko. Pero updated sila sa mga ginagawa ko. So, meron akong ganun talaga. So, I already tried. But then, photos lang nung time na yun eh. Wala pa masyado. Reels, videos, it's very minimal. So, sa akin ngayon, within myself, I know na matagal ko nang gustong gawin to. Okay. But people, yun lang, yung nakita lang nila, yung ganun. And you have to understand that. You can't take that against them na di kayo naniwala nung una, hindi, wala. Hindi kayo. Like, kunyari, family ko, if I was vindictive, mayaman na. Kunyari, mayaman ka na. Hindi, bahala kayo. Sabi nyo, naalala nyo nung sinabi nyo na ako nung ginagawa ko, ito yun. Pero hindi, itong past Christmas itong past Christmas yung pinaka, of course, packet ka ng packet, di ba? Yeah. This past Christmas, pinaramdam ko talaga sa kanila. Even my dad would say, hindi mo kailangan. My dad is the simplest person I know. Na talagang literally, even if he had the money, meron mga ganun eh. Even if you have the money, hindi mo pa rin gagawin because ganun ka lang talaga. May iba kasi, kinoconvince lang nila sarili nilang, I don't like money, di ba? Ito, siya talaga, alam ko kahit mayaman siya, hindi siya pero ako yung nagpabibigay. And hindi na kailangan, Mike. Pero it makes you feel good. Di ba? There were misunderstandings before. Pero you just need to prove yourself. They only want the best for you. So yun yung nangyari sa family ko na ngayon, very close-knit na eto na, bumalik na yung dati na all of them are si Tito Mikee. Sila na mismo nabibwisit kasi nga all their friends would say, si Tito Mikee, ganyan. Parang, nga si Tito Mikee na. Then when I would go, merong mga kaibigan na, nandiyan si Tito Mikee, picture naman kayo ni Tito Mikee. Ganon. So parang, it nakikita ko yung support from them na nung start, Feeling mo wala.
Feeling mo
wala. Pero meron silang support sa'yo. They just don't understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
So you can't force that onto people. Na, supportan mo ko. Wag. You have to just keep... Kaya I also hate yung guys, follow nyo itong bago kong podcast. Guys, do this, do that. No, you have to prove yourself.
Okay. Yeah.
People will follow you if they want to follow you. You can't force people to follow. Guys, hindi nyo sinusuportahan yung content ko. Yoko na. Hindi, di ba? So, hindi pwede, man. You have to... The world is an unfair world.
But it is the world.
It is the world. You have to... Realist ako eh.
Okay.
Hindi ako... I'm not gonna live in a fantasy na pag meron ako nilalaro sa utak ko, ay, puputok to. Itong bago kong idea. Tapos wala biglang bumenta. I can't sit there and say, ganda-ganda nitong produkto ko, hindi nyo sinusuportan na. You have to find ways to... You have to be successful in this world. There is no success in another world.
Okay.
It's this world. You have to find a way to be successful in this world, which is an unfair world. So you have to just keep finding ways.
And at the same time, ang ganda lang kasi you were talking about you being a realist na this is the world na gagalawan natin. Yet, based from all of our conversations, I also see you as a visionary.
Yeah.
How do you balance?
Because you see it eh. Because again, you see social media now. That's the positive effect of social media for me. Nakikita mo eh. This is my world. This is it. And nakikita mo, meron yun ha. Yaman nun, no? Paano kaya yun? So, meron kang vision, but you also have to understand that your vision should be, kumbaga, pasok sa mundo naman na to. Hindi ako mag-vision ng out of this world. Bibili ako ng, di ba? Bibili ako ng building. At this point, hindi ako bibili ng building. Wala yun sa ano ko ngayon. Ang akin lang is to just keep going. Then maybe at some point, maybe down the line. That's been my mindset this whole time. Wala akong target. I just keep going. Put my head down, just keep going. Then we'll see what happens. Kaya walang end goal. I don't think anyone should have an end goal. I really believe end goals are once you reach it kasi, what's next?
Yeah.
Diba?
It can...
Or you can have a short-term goal.
Ang ganda nung parang may nabasa rin ako dyan na parang sometimes success is your enemy.
Yeah, because once you reach it, yung success ko ngayon is something I never dreamed of. So dapat okay na ako.
Oh, siyempre.
Diba? Okay na ako eh. Ito na yung kinikita ko per month. Okay na dapat ako. So dapat, why is it na kaya dapat walang end goal? Wala. Just continue the process of whatever you're doing. Maybe my end goal is be the day I retire. And I tell myself, I'm not gonna work another day in my life. And then, pwede na ako magbilang ng pera. Ay, ito na yung pwede kong gawin. Maybe that's when it will come. Pero even past my content creator phase, I'm not always gonna be in front of the camera. At some point, you're gonna have to be behind the camera na. At a higher level, director ka man or something. One of my dreams yun, maging director. Hindi ako pwedeng lagi nasa harapan ng camera. Kasi naniniwala ako, I produce my own things. I direct my own things. Yeah. So what makes it any different? Nagpa-practice na ako maging director, bro. So at one point, gusto ko sana maging director. Hindi pwedeng lagi kang on-cam. So hindi rin magsa-stop. Yeah. So even if you become the best, let's say actor ka, you become the best actor, nanalo ka ng kung ano-ano, and then what's next? Oh, director ka naman. Yeah. Diba? So it will never stop talaga eh. Ako naniniwala ko it will never stop. O pwede ka at one point, magiging asawa tayo, bro. Diba? So, paano naman yun? So, hindi siya magsa-stop talaga eh. So,
siguro, one of my last questions na din napapasarap yung sarap talaga ng kwentuhan natin dito. But when does it...
Diba? When does it end, no? When is it enough?
Oh, wait. I think that's another question na parang...
I really do not know. It's a valid question. Di ko talaga alam eh.
Meron bang mga times na... Kasi ang mga nababasa ko dyan, the more that you kind of want more, the more that you also...
Kulang.
Parang you're in this endless hamster wheel. Yeah. Get the next thing, get the next thing. But I think, for me, like the danger lies na, it only becomes dangerous kapag ang focus mo is nandun lang. And you don't get to appreciate.
That's why I gastos. In-enjoy ko naman eh.
Yun.
So I'm not on a hamster wheel. What I do is, let's use that metaphor. I'm on a hamster wheel. tatalon ako palabas. Uy, gastos tayo. Bili tayong ganito, bili tayong ganito. Balik ako sa hamster wheel ko. Tatakol. When you're on the hamster wheel and that's it. Yun yung sinasabi mo na you keep working pero hindi mo ina-enjoy yung ganun ka sa money mo. Again, longevity is the key.
Yeah.
You have to get off the hamster wheel and rest and enjoy and rest and recover and then go back to the hamster wheel because that way you're gonna make more turns or more time on the wheel versus dito lang ako hanggang mapagod ako tas ayoko na.
Yeah.
'Di ba?
Again, it ties back to you feel good.
Yeah, and again,
which is the main point of money.
Yeah.
The main point of money is for you to spend.
What is money if you're not free to spend it, bro? Hindi ka mayaman. Yaman is of course, yaman is money, but yaman is also a lifestyle. Hindi ako naniniwalang mayaman ka kung marami kang ang pera, pero hindi mo ine-enjoy. And enjoyment is not always spending. It's also being free, mind mo, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Yung hindi ka haggard, hindi ka stressed. Like that's a lifestyle, man.
Yeah.
Pag masyado kang ganun sa pera mo at hindi mo ine-enjoy, at one point you're gonna break. Or at one point you're gonna stop.
Yeah.
Because laki na nung naiipon ko eh. Tama na muna, pahinga muna ako. So yun yung sa akin. If I work Monday to Friday and then I work, nakaipon ako Monday to Friday. Saturday comes. Dami ko naipon ng Monday to Friday. Pahinga na ako ng Saturday. Dami na ako naipon eh. Pahinga na ako ng Saturday. Hindi ako gagastos Saturday. So, let's say 10,000 pesos a week ang ano mo, ang daily expenses mo.
Okay.
Nagtipid ka. Nakasave ka ng 2. So, 8,000 lang nagastos mo. May 2,000 ako papasok ng Saturday. Then, hindi ako lalabas ng Saturday. Next week, start the week, may 2 ka na ng extra. Hindi ba human nature is hindi ka masyado mag-work? You'll just work for the extra 8,000.
8,000 na natatrabahoin ko.
Kasi may 2 na ako eh. Pwede mo sabihin na hindi, 10,000. Pero at some point, may sasabihin kang i-defer mo, igagano mo ng konti yung work mo.
Totoo.
Kasi nakasave ako eh.
Totoo.
Versus, in-enjoy ko yung sarili ko ng Saturday. Uy, ang saya ko ah. Banat ulit ako.
Yeah.
So it will push you even longer. Your sipag will last longer because you're refreshing yourself. Eh.
Yeah.
And
You're stretching yourself.
You're stretching yourself to the enjoy mo. If you want that dream car, buy that dream car, man. Kasi pag binili mo yung dream car na yon, do you honestly believe pag binili mo yung dream car na yon, next week magre-relax ka or magre-rest ka? Hindi pwede. Kailangan ko bayaran to monthly. 'Di ba? I need to go further than what I already do because it pushes you. So, para sa akin talaga, saving is don't save to save. Work that you don't have to save. Work hard enough that you're not even thinking about it anymore. Nagugulat ka na lang, uy, minisave ako. Bakit? Hindi ko na outgastos yung trabaho ko eh.
Yeah.
'Di ba? I always outsipag may gastos. 'Di ba? So, I just keep working. That I don't even need to save anymore. I get all my bills paid. I'm living a good life. Anytime I want to spend for something, I spend for it. And then I just keep working. Nagugulat ka na lang, uy, may na-save akong ganito na. Nagulat ako yung bank
And this is not to say na huwag kayong mag-save.
Hindi say, I think it's just the mentality. I'm not saying
where your energy comes in rather than
na parang kailangan sisave ko to sisave. Imbis na dito ka naka-focus, mag-focus ka dito. Because naturally, hindi mo naman, come on, man. I don't preach irresponsible spending. Yeah. I'm just saying na if you outsipag yung gastos mo, di ba naturally, babagsak yun sa savings mo. Normal naman yun eh. So I don't do kunyari, may racket ako. Let's say 100,000 for this gig. O yung 20,000 ito, lalagay ko na dito. Hindi. All of it goes to the same bank account. It all goes to kaya nga iba ako mag-isip eh. I have 2 bank accounts. One bank account is all my rackets and my other bank account is my sweldo from TV5. My sweldo from TV5, ito yung ginagamit ko on a daily.
Okay.
Anything na luxurious or anything extra, I get it from this. So wala ako nung kakat ko to dito. Contrary to popular belief, have 5 bank accounts, yung dalawa. Wala akong ganun. I just keep working, work. Wala akong, hindi ko binibilang, hindi ko iniisip.
Yeah.
Again, I'm working for the lifestyle, the mindset, the carefree mind, not for this, for I need to put 20,000 here, I need to put 30,000. Hindi na. Diyan na lahat yun. Palaki mo ng palaki. Hindi ko iniisip yung money. Kasi pag masyado kong iniisip,
it's yung na-obsess ka na sa pera na nagiging unproductive.
Nagiging unproductive ka na because either nadidismaya ka or nagpapahinga ka. Kasi you're resting. Ang laki ng ipon ko.
I think I caught myself last year when marami parang sunod-sunod na panalong project. Parang, nag-enjoy ako bilangin yung pera.
Sarap.
Kasi ako ganyan. Excel ko ganyan.
Sarap, no?
Tapos naisip ko, 3 oras ko na ginagawa. Ito na sana.
Diba?
Tinrabaho mo.
Or
in-enjoy mo.
In-enjoy mo.
There's a quote na parang nagsabi na, money not spent is money not earned.
Yeah, it's sa akin talaga, if it's just fair, what's the point of it?
Yeah.
What's the point of it? I'm not saying I've saved a lot through the past few months. I've saved a lot. Pero hindi ko sinadyang i-save sila. I did not let my savings control me na kailangan ito yung masisave ko ito. No, man. It's just suddenly there. Uy! Again, it's the advantage of not being paid right away.
Yeah.
Nagugulat na lang pumapasok lahat. So, para sa akin, ang mindset ko is every day we work. Every day, we do something to strengthen the brand, to expose the brand, to help the brand, to be beneficial for the brand. Yun lang. That's all we do every day. And then, those moments na pwede kang mag-enjoy, enjoyin mo. Trust yourself that the work will not stop. Nasa sayo na lang yan. Honestly, kung makatikim ka ng magandang bagay, babalik ka ba dun sa dati? Hindi ka na babalik, man. Naturally, hindi ka na babalik, man. Di ba, sabi ni Steve Harvey, try mo business class. Pag nag-business class ka, kaya mo pa ba na next flight mo, dadaanan mo yung business class? Tapos pupunta ka economy? Hindi! So, it will push you even further. Again, it will push you further than you think. Further than if naggumanon ka.
And I think that's also something for a lot of people, especially the ones in the middle class. They're not actually scared to like fail. They're actually scared of the success. Na parang kasi parang
Kakainin ka eh.
At the same time, tatrabawin ko yan eh.
Mas magiging complicated yung buhay ko eh.
Oo,
minsan
yung mga limiting belief.
Parang, minsan mamimiss mo yung, kunyari, umakit na yung lifestyle, obviously. Mamimiss mo yung simple lang. Yung may oras ka maglaro-laro lang, di ba? Parang namimiss ko yun Bakit? Kasi nung time na yun, pwede akong maglaro anytime, di ba? Wala akong work. Pero is that worth the success that you've been gaining? Kaya nga hindi masyado Oo. Kaya ako ngayon, every waking moment, ang hirap sa akin. Trust me, even si CK knows this. Ang hirap sa akin, umupo at mag-Netflix. I'm always on my phone because I'm always swiping, looking, finding ways. Anong pwede i-content ngayon? Anong pwede i-content bukas? Anong pwedeng gawin mamaya? Because every waking moment, not working is losing money.
Yeah.
Pero you have to balance it.
Yeah, pero not in a defensive way. You go on offense na when you enjoy, you go full out.
Full out.
You find ways to enjoy.
Full out. Play hard, work hard, play hard. Kumbaga, pag nakita mo ako sa trabaho, again, like what we talked about kanina sa podcast ni Ani, yung sipag ko, unmatched. Yung gastos ko, unmatched din. Kumbaga, yun yung give and take doon. So, pag in-unmatch ko yung sarili ko sa sipag, at in-unmatch ko sarili ko sa gastos, if I stop myself from gastos, that will also affect my sipag eh.
Bro, ang ganda niyan kasi parang now that pinag-usapan natin, parang I also get this na parang you don't need balance in your life. What you need is contrast of extreme.
Totoo yan.
You need to be able to go way here.
Fuck you here.
just full expression of life and not balance in here na ganito lang yung binabalanse mo.
Kasi sabi yung narinig natin, if you want to shop or if you want to buy stuff without looking at the price tag, you have to work without looking at the clock. Diba? If you want to shop without looking at the price tag, you have to be able to work without looking at the clock. If you're looking at the clock, you're gonna be looking at the price tag. Kasi bakit? Kasi ka dito eh. Ito lang ang tinrabaho ko. So ito lang ang gastos ko. Pag dito, pampanti ka na, all out ka dito, all out ka rin dito.
Hindi
ka mangangamba. Because at the end of the day, you still work more than you spend. Siguro naman, pag if you're spending more than you work, medyo yun problema na yun. Now we're talking in a very, wag nyo naman illiteral na. So kung magsipag ako today, dapat gastos ako tomorrow. And then the next day, sipag ulit ako. Hindi naman ganun. What I'm saying is, ito, banat mo ng banat to, na hindi mo na iniisip to. Anytime you find free time, hindi ka na ganun.
At the same time, when we're speaking in a more spiritual sense, that's also faith work.
Yeah.
That's having faith in yourself na nagtanim ako eh. Di ba, pag nagtanim ka, hindi ka naman, ano ba yan, tumutubo na ba yung halaman na yan? Hindi mo naman check yan araw-araw. Pero pag nagtanim ka lang, you just know that the time that you spent, the effort that you put in there, the energy na lahat ng binuhos mo dyan, sooner or later, it's gonna bear fruit.
No, it will for sure bear fruit. And I just feel like if you don't enjoy your money, you may think nakaka-save ka. But in reality, you're losing more money with that mindset because, again, magsa-stop at some point eh. So, again, sinabi ko to kanina, if this is the lifestyle you want, this is the gastos, and this is the income. Yeah. If this is the gastos and this is the income, this is the income and this is the gastos. If ganyan yan, inakit mo yung sipag mo, umakit yung sipag mo dito, hindi mo to ginalaw. Di ba naturally, babagal na yung akit mo? Kasi lumalaki na yung space eh. Lumalaki na yung yung window mo of rest. Kasi you're resting na nga. Pag lumaki yung laurels mo, if I'm saying it correctly, Yani, yung laurels mo, pag lumalaki na yung laurels, kumakapal na yung unan mo, mas masarap matulog. Kumakapal na yung unan mo eh. So feeling mo ngayon yung bank account mo, laki ng bank account ko, tulog muna ako dito. So there will come a day na hindi mo na ako magtrabaho today. Bakit? Ano nung na-save ko? Last week hindi ako gumastos eh. So pahinga ako this week. May ganun eh. Aabot sa point na ganun.
Yeah.
So, imbis na bumabagal yan, akit mo to.
Yeah.
Di ba akit ulit to? So this will rise higher if this rises with it. So again, contrary to popular belief na ipon. Nag-iipon ka nga. And then what? Then when you reach a certain amount, you stop.
Yeah.
Di ba ganun yun? Your first 6 digits, your first 7 digits.
Yeah.
Okay na yun. So if I get to my first 8-digit bank account, okay na ako.
Dito ako na mindfuck talaga eh. Parang now that we're spending also time with like multimillionaires, you can see how little they care less about the money and more about the value that they create in the world. Parang they're more focused on the work na parang
it's the work, man. The money just comes with. The money is just fun. But it's the work.
They see it as a game eh. And they focus on the game.
Yeah.
They don't focus on the prizes, the trophies.
Focus on the work. Anong work? Mika, anong work? Ito. Sige, game. Gawin na natin. Tapos na ako dito. Mika, ano next? Ito naman. Okay, sige, tapos na ako. Ito naman. Besh, ito nga pala yung bayad sa'yo nung October mo ginawa. Talaga? Sige, thank you. It's the work eh. Yeah. Okay, next. Anong work? Yun yung masaya dun eh. And then you maintain that lifestyle na nag-enjoy ka. The best thing about money is not having to think about money. Yeah. The best thing about, when we were in a tough place, all we thought about was money. How do we budget this? For the next 3 days, ito lang ang pera ko. Pag nag-date tayo, CK, 500 lang ang meron ako. Oh my gosh. The best part about money is not having to think about it. You just keep going. So, yeah, it reaches a point na, yeah, it's a good question. Nakuha ko na yung inaasam kong Rolex nung time na nagkita tayo. Diba? Nakuha ko na yung inaasam kong ganyan. And then what? So, wala na. Nandun na ako sa point na trabaho. Because why? Ang saya.
Totoo.
Saya.
When you find something na
accomplishment
na, alam mo yun, you really love to do this. Parang, even my mother calls me at time na parang sinasabi niya lang, nak, pahinga ka naman. And as much as I know na she's just looking out for me, parang gusto ko sabihin na, ma,
hindi pwede.
Hindi sa wala akong choice kundi magtrabaho, pero gusto
bro,
ko, ang sarap
yung trabaho natin is based on ourselves. Pwede kang magpahinga kahit kailan mo gusto. Honestly, pwede kang magpahinga kasi wala ka namang boss eh.
Wala.
'Di ba? Sarili mo boss mo eh. So that's why there are 2 types of people. The ones whom will only work if nandun sila sa setup na yon. Because if you put them here, parang lost. Parang, anong gagawin dito? I'm free the whole day to do whatever I want. Tas pag nag-jump naman yung kabila, nagugulat ka na parang, wait, wala na akong ginagawa. I want to do more. Diba? So, magkaiba yun eh. Yeah. That's why I can only speak for this side.
Yeah, on
I
this
don't
side
know that side.
Kung hindi kayo nakaka-relate, sana hindi nyo na pinapakinggan ng
kasi pala ma-insulto sila na parang, grabe naman kayo, hindi naman ganun yun, diba? Kailangan dinidivide mo yung pera mo. Hindi. So, just keep your head down and keep go. Just keep going, man. Kaya, ang dami kong email sa Tito Thoughts na, what's the end goal, Tito Mikey? Kanina, sa podcast niya, tinanong din niya ako, ano yung fuck you money sa'yo? Di ko talaga alam. Even if I think about it, it's a good question. Kasi ano nga ba ang end goal nitong lahat, Tito Mikey? Hindi ko rin alam eh. You know why? Because this past year, everything that I planned didn't happen, but better things happened. So I started to just trust the work, that whatever comes my way is the result of the work. Wala na. I didn't see myself in the news. I never thought of myself na mag-host ng New Year's Countdown. I never saw myself na may TVC ngayon sa Yamaha. So I never saw these things. All I said was, we will work. So ngayon, wala na. Wala. There is no end goal. Diba? There is just me not saying no to any opportunity that comes. So yun yung parang, I just feel like you will make more if you enjoy. If you enjoy life. Kaya, di ba sabi ni Yani kanina, meron daw mga tao na sobrang yayaman pero hindi nag-enjoy. Ba't gano'n? How can you be mayaman and not enjoy it?
I mean, it's very exciting. We had an episode last year and this is another hype episode na ang daming value.
May last ako. And I don't want to take away from the clients I don't want to take away from Yanni's clients. Siyempre, may client si Yani. Pero ako, ba't ako magpapaturo sa'yo paano mag-save? Gagamitin ko na lang yun to work. That time that I will give, nag-YouTube ako, mahilig ako mag-YouTube. Pero magtatrabaho na lang ako. Diba? So, ito I'll go to you. I have an extra 10,000 pesos. I'll spend an hour with you na tulungan mo ko paano ko ibabudget yung 10,000 na to. You know what? Yung 1 hour na yun, magtatrabaho na lang ako. Then I can make an extra 5,000. Versus, inalala ko yung 10,000, imbis na kumita ako ng extra 5,000. Yun yung parang masyado mong iniisip. Just keep working. Huwag mo bilangin na ito. Parang ang nangyayari kasi is, if I put this amount of work, dapat ito yung sukli. Kaya nga sabi ko sa'yo, di ba, there are times na nag-work ako without pay, na nagugulat na lang ako, hindi pa pala ako binabayaran sa ganyan. O sige, okay lang. Because it's the work that you put in. Doon lang ako nakafocus talaga. Diba? So, it's something that, it's not, di ko alam kung saan nanggaling yung mindset na yun. Pero some people will, iba-iba naman ang tao, iba-iba ang diskarte, diba?
I mean,
this is us sharing our thoughts.
I mean, there's really no universal truth.
Walang mali. Walang tama, walang mali.
Share ko kung ano nag-work sa akin.
Share ko kung ano nag-work sa akin, diba? It doesn't mean mag-work sa lahat, diba? It doesn't mean ilang YouTube na rin ang napanood natin for sure na hindi nag-work sa atin.
But then, we'll never stop sharing.
Atin yun. Podcast niya to, di ba? So wala kayong magagawa. Kung anong gusto niya ilabas, yun yung lalabas niya.
Yun lang. Decide ko tanggalin ko yung 20 minutes dito. Wala
kayong magagawa, di ba? I will never understand why people hate on someone else's content when you could just easily swipe. Kung hindi mo trip, swipe. Walang problema. Hindi ka namin pinilit. Lalo na sa podcast, ang nirealize ko is, if you're in the 46th minute,
tapos doon ka pa, ayoko to.
Thank you doon sa 46 minutes na binigay mo sa amin. So, So, the deeper I am into the podcast, mas feel ko yung connection doon sa nakikinig. Kasi mas feeling mo, nandito pa din kayo. Sige, mas pwede ako mag-share. Mas nakakaintindi yung mga taong nandito. Kasi the first 2 minutes, madali yan. Diba? Like TikTok, diba? Short form, diba? So, mas deeper.
I was saying earlier, I'm really excited to see your journey, where this will go. Kasi last year, na-excite na rin tayo. Ano pwede mangyari dito? But then again, here...
Magiging start of the year. Episode lagi.
Every year, abangan nyo na yan. Staple na yan. But definitely, this is something na I know that's gonna inspire a lot of people.
Oh, man.
Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. And of course, the number 1 podcast right now here in the Philippines.
Today. As of recording. So, hindi rin natin alam pag nilabas to, kung kailan man lalabas to. Pero I really want to thank the whole community ninyo ni Yani. Hopefully, I can be part of whatever events, mga pakulo ni Alec na gagawin niya in the next few months. Hopefully, I can be there and share. And yeah, yun nga, contrary to being an alipin of Celepi, ito na yung mga moments na it's not about the Celepi anymore. It's about just putting in work and bahala na kung ano mangyayari. Kung ano man magbubunga, di ba? So yeah, I think now the goal is not money-wise. It's more of spreading good energy, good positivity. Na. We'll see. The money will follow. The money will follow. Yeah.
Like, thank you so much.
Oh naman. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much.
Maraming salamat. Again, if you haven't listened to Yanni's episode with Tito Mikee, go listen that
Yung alam ko ano yung unang lalabas.
Kasi yun ang talagang nag-deep dive into the money beliefs na...
mas specific yun eh.
As
money
in yun talaga ang success, money talaga, di ba?
Fuck you, money.
We'll give you a lot of things to think about. But thank you so much for being here. Again, let them know. I'm gonna link it below na rin, the podcast, everything that Tito Mikee is doing. But please, any projects that you want to share to the people who's listening?
Well, just hopefully if you enjoyed whatever it is, for those who are looking for ways to, be more in the know of what I'm doing, I'm everywhere. So social media accounts natin, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, now Spotify. So yun, just hopefully you continue to support itong si Alec and of course si Yan, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next whatever it is na gagawin natin in the future. Pero thank you very much for being here. Kung nandito pa kayo at this point, thank you very much. Nagsayang kayo ng oras ninyo sa aming dalawa. At yun, nag-enjoy kami. Trust me, kaya lang kami tumitigil is kailangan namin tumigil. Hindi dahil gusto na namin tumigil. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. And again, really grateful for each and every single one of you. Super excited to see your insights here sa lahat na nagtatag sa amin. At Mikee Reyes at Alec Cuenca, we appreciate each and every single one of you. Maraming salamat. Hindi namin gagawin to kung hindi dahil din sa inyo. So thank you so much for all the love that you guys are giving us as well online. So thank you. Again, my name is Alec Cuenca. This is Small Talk, small conversations with huge impact. I'll see you guys next episode. Peace. Hey guys, do you know that you're one decision away from a totally different life? And that's something that I have brought with me ever since I started into personal development. And I'm just super excited to share with you a project that I have been working on. Every single lesson that I use so that I could get to my next level, I put it all here. And for those who are not aware, my book, Your Best Year Ever, is now out on Shopee. You can get it out and all the other platforms out there. But if you haven't checked this out, I put here all the lessons that I have learned and also used in my personal development journey, from increasing your awareness, making better decisions, and of course getting the right values so you can live your best year ever. Again, you can check this out by going to bit.ly/shopybye. Again, that's bit.ly/ybye. And don't miss this chance. This is only available for a limited copies. So please check it out and let me know what your thoughts on this is.